This movie tells a story about a famed esthetician, Hope Goldman, whose skincare business faces sabotage when a rival opens a boutique across the street. Aided by a friend named Jordan, Hope seeks to uncover who's trying to ruin her reputation. First of all, this movie actually starts well. Unfortunately, the plot swiftly sloughs off its strong start to embrace a directionless attempt at suspense that's bland and bordering on boring. The way the story unfolds is practically incomprehensible. The script over-explains the most basic of plot lines, but it doesn't take any time to explain any of the more involved reveals. This movie never gets as ugly as its taut setup suggests it might. It can't figure out if it wants to be an edgy crime thriller or a heightened satirical dark comedy. The script is neither funny enough nor dark enough to stick out in a crowded subgenre. It's tricky to tell if some of the scene is intended to be darkly funny. For the most part, everything here simply feels boring and drags on, not digging deep enough into any of the topics it touches. There is the feeling that the movie is trying to say something about the line between skincare and self-care, but whatever that point might be is lost, especially as the film increasingly lets the investigative thread take over the narrative. The movie fails to develop the characters to be at least the kind resembling anything interesting or consistent. We can't figure out who the main character is, because she doesn't seem like a real person at all, never feeling rooted in reality whatsoever. We have no idea what her character is supposed to be. The script can't decide what kind of character Hope is. Sometimes it's even oscillating wildly between two different characters from scene to scene. The script goes through the motions of making her feel on the verge of losing everything, but it's presented in such a bland and cookie-cutter way that we never get any real sense of stakes or tension. Most of the characters around her are just such deliberate douchebags, but she isn't particularly likable either, just very narcissistic and egotistical, putting herself above all else. The character becoming increasingly unlikable when sympathy was needed to maintain interest. Much of the blame on the film has to fall on director and the weak script that never goes anywhere that's even remotely compelling. The events described in this movie are sadistic enough, sexist enough, and upsetting enough, but they build to a lackluster finale that feels emotionally shallow. Overall, it's not worth to spend time to watch this. We do not recommend this movie at all.